Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Rebecca if you're new around here, and welcome to my channel. How are we in March, the third month of the year? February absolutely flew by, so we are here for another monthly reflection and reset as we head into a new month. Today is Monday the 2nd of March. I've got a day off from work because yesterday I completed my first half marathon, so I have ticked off one of my big goals for this year already, and we're into the third month of the year. I did create a whole separate video for that, so check out the previous video that came out before this one. But yeah, it was great. It was a great experience. I talk lots in that video. It's very chatty at the end, so make sure you check out that if you're interested in my first half marathon experience. But today we're here to just have a little reflection on February, see what books I read in February, plan my March TBR, and have a look into my new journal spreads and how I felt like they were going in February. I literally have got 15 minutes before I need to head out for a nail appointment, so we're going to try and do this quite speedy. But it's a beautiful blue sky sunny day. I have actually got my first iced coffee of the season, and it is just perfect. I can't wait for sunnier days. Spring is coming, lighter mornings, lighter evenings. All in all, we're having a very good day so far. So let's jump into February. I've got my bullet journal here, and yeah, we're just gonna see. February was a good month. It was very busy work-wise. I feel like I did begin to burn out at the end of the month, and especially last week was super busy with work. I sort of know that I'm still going into this month being busy as well. It's just how work life is going at the minute. So I think this month I'm really going to try and prioritise sort of that work-life balance. I have been working quite late, so we're going to keep monitoring that this month. But yeah, loved doing my journal again this month. What else? Really, in terms of my goals, was looking at really getting into the Florida planning because it's not long away. So yeah, we made really good progress with planning our Florida trip. I had some lovely sort of social plans, met up with some of my university friends, and had a really nice Valentine's Day with Alex. We had pizza night, we went for a long run. Also saw some of my other friends, Steph and Kelly, went out for a nice lunch. Mum came over and we watched the second Wicked movie. So we had a really nice girls' night. I cooked dinner and we watched the film, so that was really good. It was pancake day, so I cooked pancakes. It was half term, so I did have a bit more time at home doing some more admin. My car died at the beginning of the month, so I missed my nail appointment, which was a bit sad, but it came back to life again. Had a really successful month of training. Felt like I was really sort of making some progress in the gym, as well as had some really good runs. And yeah, just overall really good month. I loved sort of doing my little scrapbook spread in my journal. A month that absolutely flew by, went so quickly. But yeah, overall, February was all good, and we're heading into March, which is a very good month because it's my birthday month. Spring is coming, it's my birthday, and yeah, it's just feeling really positive. Life is going all good at the moment. And yeah, I've set up my March spreads already. I've chosen the colour green. Mother's Day is this month. As I said, it's my birthday, it's my auntie's birthday. I've got some more annual leave sort of around my birthday. In terms of goals for this month, like I said, working on that work-life balance. In terms of like personal financial stuff, I want to sort of set up some like longer term savings. Training, I'm taking this week off because of doing my first half marathon yesterday. Legs are feeling quite sore. I've got a really bad niggle pain in my hip. I've never had hip pain before, but I was fine when I was running. There was no pain when I was running, but when I stopped and afterwards, my left hip is in a lot of pain. I went for a little walk this morning and it was very, very sore. So I'm just gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna take this week off running completely. I might go to the gym and do a bit of like upper body and stuff, but I'm gonna give the legs a complete rest, really focus on that recovery. I might start a new training plan this month. There's another local half marathon in summer, but I just don't want to burn out physically. I want to look after my body. I want to not get any injuries. I don't want to sort of increase the mileage too much, but I did love doing my first half marathon. We might go into a new training block, but we're just going to see how it is. I will look on Runner again. I did sort of start creating one to start next week, next Monday. Yeah, focusing on maybe building a little bit more strength in the gym. I did some core work last week and really enjoyed that. So I think maybe switching it up a little bit and just seeing how it goes, really. But I did change a bit in my journal. So rather than having like the calendar where I did the habits on, I've just sort of combined that. I didn't feel like I was using it too much, so I've just sort of combined it into like the title page, so having some goals and habits on there, as well as birthdays and important dates. And then we go straight into the weekly spreads. So I've just got, they're actually all plain at the minute, so I need to start filling those out. I've got a few theatre shows this month, which I'm really excited for. What else have I got? Let's go to the future log at the beginning. More social plans, my birthday, so I'm having a day up in London with my mum. Gonna be going to one of my favourite local bottomless pizza places, so I'm very excited about that. Got some friends coming over. So yeah, it's probably gonna be another busy month that's absolutely gonna fly by. That is my journal. I've also added like a to-do page in as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. Again, I just thought I'd change it up for this month and sort of see how it goes. Absolutely loving it. Love that sort of creative sort of side of things, putting pen to paper, and yeah, just taking that time for me and doing something. Although I was going to say away from a screen, but I do tend to have like YouTube on in the background or a program on. I've been watching Grey's Anatomy again, so having that on in the background while I'm doing my journal. Excited for another month to keep on filling it out and seeing how it goes. And then now we're going to head into the reading part of this video. So we're going to reflect on the books that I read in February and plan for my March TBR. So as you can kind of see there behind me, they're my books which we're going to talk about. But just looking through my reading journal, I have mostly updated it. I've got to update the book that I finished on the last day of February. But again, absolutely loving my reading journal. It's taking shape, like filling out the yearly pages at the front, as well as going through and doing my February pages. I've done some of the February pages and I've started some of the March ones, so I need to finish off those this afternoon probably. In terms of February, we read and / listened to 6 books. 4 of those were physical books and 2 of those were audio books. So I successfully read all 4 of the books that I put on my TBR for this month. So the first book that I jumped into was my wrapped up book for the month, which was The Horse Dancer by Jojo Moyes. I didn't love this. It was a 3-star and it was a bit of a slog 3-star to get to. I have put my reviews on Goodreads, so I am going to just refer to those, although I did write them yesterday, so it was a bit delayed. It was a tough one to get through because it was going to be one of my first DNFs, I think. I got to around 70 pages, I was just not interested. I didn't want to pick it up, I wasn't connecting to the characters, so I said to myself, give it to 100 pages and then we will see and make a decision from there. It got to then and something happened where it sort of connected some of the characters together, and in the end I did start to get interested and thought, no, let's give it a go. It just felt really long. There was sort of about 50 pages at the beginning that I didn't feel like were needed, and then 100 pages at the end that didn't feel like were needed as well. Didn't particularly connect to any of the characters, but I did enjoy the sort of storyline. It was quite a different storyline to anything that I've read before. There was a child was one of the main characters in it. It was quite far-fetched, which I'm not going to say too much about because you can obviously Google what these books are about. I used to dance as a child, so reading The Horse Dancer, I was hoping it was going to be more dancer than horse, but it was definitely more horse than dancer. And I love Jojo Moyes, so I was really interested in it, but it was one of her older books, which you could definitely tell it was one of her older books. Yeah, some bits just frustrated me, and it was, in the end it was okay. I got through it. It was a middle of the road sort of 3 stars, but probably not one that I would recommend. So we didn't start off the month in the best sort of way, but that was our first book that we read this month. We then went into Johannes's book, Jojo Finally Coming Home, and I don't tend to rate non-fiction books, which I don't rate non-fiction books, but on Goodreads I put 5 stars because how could I put anything less than that? Johannes is one of my favourite Strictly Professionals, so I absolutely loved hearing his story and getting insight into his journey. So it showed how hardworking he is. I love the Strictly parts of it. It ended as he was going into Kinky Boots, which is one of my favourite musicals. And yeah, there was some photos in it sort of part of the way through, which I think just as you're reading it, I was sort of going back to those when parts came up. And overall, I just could hear Johannes in my head, sort of, he's such a character, some of the quotes that was in it. And yeah, just overall, a really good time. And then we went into Galentine's Day. So Galentine's Day by Rebecca Anderson. This was a bit of a mood pick, new release that I picked up. It sounded so promising and the storyline sounded great, but again, this was a 3-star, very middle of the road. It just didn't hit the spot for me. It was about 3 best friends that came together each year for Galentine's Day, but each time they came together there was some sort of conflict, some sort of upset that just sort of made them seem like they hated each other, which if you're best friends then I just wouldn't expect it to be like that, if that makes sense. I enjoyed sort of the different points of view from the girls and the change in timeline, so there was sort of mixed media in between, but you did lose a lot as you went through each year. So it focused on each Galentine's Day each year across 10 years? 13 years, so it's a long period of time as well. So I feel like you missed bits in between. As best friends as well, they kept hiding things from each other and not telling each other like the full story, which just didn't sit right with me either. But I did enjoy reading about the friendship rather than sort of relationships. It was a bit different. It's made me want to pick up like more general fiction in the future. So yeah, again, it was a middle of the road. I would recommend it if you're looking for that sort of friendship girly sort of read, but it wasn't a fave for me. And then I went into Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. This is my first 5-star read of the year. Absolutely loved it. I have put some of the corners down because there was a few lovely quotes in there that I just absolutely loved. I had those 5-star feels. There was a few parts where I could have been picky and could have put it down, but honestly I just told myself to stop overthinking it because I did love it. Ashley Poston is one of my favourite authors. I've read 4 books from her now and all of them have been 4-star and above, I think, even 4.5 and above. So yeah, I loved Joni and Sebastian as characters. Their slow burn was really good and their character development was just so sweet as well. I love seeing them develop together as well as sort of individually. It had like a lot of family and sort of, again, friendship at the heart of it, so there was a lot of different aspects that were covered in the book. What makes Ashley Poston's writing so unique is the magical element. So Joni is a songwriter, Sebastian is a musician, a pop star, and the magical realism is that they could hear each other in each other's heads, their thoughts. They were connected in some sort of special way, and it was that sort of story about that. I was just fascinated by that aspect, and yeah, just loved it. It was one that I would highly recommend. I think this one did get quite mixed reviews on sort of Goodreads. I'm really trying not to look at reviews on Goodreads because I do feel like I am a little bit swayed. It's going to be one that I add to my forever collection, and it's really making me want to pick up another Ashley Poston book and reread one of my other previous favourites, the Dead Romantics, the 7-Year Slip. They were both 5 stars again, so maybe this is the year that I'm going to pick up one of those and reread those. So yeah, we had some middle of the road books, but we did find our first 5-star of the year as well, which I was so happy with. So yeah, they were all the physical books that I read, and then I also listened to Primetime Romance by Katie Robb, I think it was, and then A 5-Letter Word for Love as well. They were both middle of the road again. Primetime Romance, I gave it 3 stars. 5-Letter Word for Love, I gave 4 stars. I did really enjoy that one. It was had like Wordle aspect in it. So it was, again, it was just had a different type of romance, which I did really enjoy as well. So yeah, they were the 6 books that we read in February. Yesterday I picked my March TBR. So we're gonna head back in time and pick our March TBR, because yesterday I couldn't wait till today. I needed a book to read last night. Okay, so it's a new month, it's March. That means we're gonna be picking some new books that we are gonna have on our radar to read this month. As always, our first book that will be going on there is, as behind me here, our wrapped up book. For Christmas, my mum and dad bought me 12 books, all wrapped up, one for each month of the year. I open it on the 1st of March, and that goes on my monthly TBR. I know what all the books are, I just don't know what order they're in. So let's grab March's and we're going to open that up, and that's going to be the first book to go on there. Okay, so here we are. I have got a bit of a clue, because I think when they were choosing what books to do each month, their mum and dad did put some thought into it, and I'm very excited for this one. The Formula 1 is back this month, and what have we got for this month? We have got a Formula 1 racing romance. We have got Throttled by Lauren Asher. This is book 1 in the Dirty Air series. I have read some books by Lauren Asher before. Very excited about this one. It's a really weird copy. We picked this up again at the Reading Tree, which is sort of a second-hand bookshop. It's really floppy. It's a bit bigger than a normal hardback. It's got like a matte cover as well. But yeah, this is about Maya and Noah. Oh, I don't know if this is an art copy, because they're the wrong way round. So Noah is the Formula 1 legend and Maya is a forbidden temptation. So very excited for that one. That's going to be book 1 going on the TBR. Then the other book that is also going to be on my radar is my audiobook. I borrow my audiobooks through the app BorrowBox, which is like a library based sort of borrow system for audiobooks, and I've actually reserved Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, which is, I believe I'm going to get it on the 9th of March. So that is going to be one of my audiobook picks for the month. Rebecca Ross is the author that wrote the Divine Rivals duology, and this is the prequel, I believe, or in the same world to that. And I listened to the Divine Rivals books, the 2 of those, Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, I think it is. I listened to those on audiobook as well, so, and I really enjoyed those on audiobook. So that is going to be on the TBR / sort of thoughts as well, because I have had that reserved for a couple of months because I saw it come up and just thought I would reserve that. So we're going to have that as my audio book pick, and then we're going to use the TBR jar to pick, I think we're going to pick 3 more sort of physical / Kindle books, because I've got some days off coming up and it's my birthday month as well, so I'm hoping to do a lot of reading. I might even do like a 24-hour challenge or something. So I think I'm going to pick 3 more, so we're going to have 4 sort of physical or Kindle books. I'm itching to get back to the Kindle. I didn't read on the Kindle at all in February, and I've just gone through, and because each month they release sort of 99p Kindle deals, and I haven't bought any books on the Kindle for a while. And some accounts on Instagram sort of put up what those books are like on there for 99p. So I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which are possibilities to get. So we're going to keep those in mind as well for the TBR as we pick them. So let's get the jar and let's get picking. Here we go. So first pick. Let's go for this one. What are we going to have? Treat Your Shelf. Okay, so Treat Your Shelf is going to be one of these Kindle books. Kind of fancy a fantasy to sort of change it up a little bit. So maybe Our Infinite Fates. I wrote Metal Slinger down, The Rebel Witch, Diabound. These are all ones that I've heard people talk about on booktube and on Instagram, but don't really know what they're about. So let me look on Goodreads and see what any of them are about and see which one takes my fancy. Okay, so I've just had a look on my 26 books to read in 2026 as well, to see if any of those were 99p on the Kindle, because for some reason I just like to buy books on the Kindle if they're 99p, but none of those were. So we're going to go for Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. I'm really drawn to the cover of this. Every time I see it in the shops, I think it's recently come out in paperback, I'm always gravitated towards it. So I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I tend to be one of those people. So yeah, this is the #1 New York Times best-selling star-crossed lovers romance. So I believe it is a romantasy, I want to say. Definitely something different. So that is going to be our next book on the TBR, Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. Pick number 2. Let's see what we're going to get. Let's get this one. Where's it going to be? Continue a series. This is a very good one. Let me gather a few options and we'll come back. Okay, so we have got this big stack here. Can you just see it? Is it on camera? It is. We've got 5 potential books that could be for this prompt. So the first one is Final Offer, also by Lauren Asher, which we've already got a Lauren Asher, I've just realised, on my TBR. So this is the 3rd and final book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. I've loved the other 2. And this is the final one. It's based on sort of like a Disney World, Disneyland sort of theme park. There was 3 brothers. This is the final brother. And yeah, it's just about, there's romance, there's drama, and it's all about sort of their different roles in the Dreamland series. They're all billionaires in this family. So that is one option, but I just realised that we've got a Lauren Asher, so probably not going to be that one, but I do really want to just finish this series off. The next one we've got is Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. So this is like a connected series, so it's a bit loose. It's not like following on as such. This is about Lane in the middle of an identity crisis. But yeah, that is also on the list. Another one which is like an interconnected series is the Dream Harbour series. This is Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Love blossoms in the most unexpected places. And this is about single dad Archer, who is a chef, and he comes to Dream Harbour to help raise his daughter. So yeah, that is also on there, but again, it's like an interconnected series. And then the 2 which are probably highest up on the list are Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. This is book 2, I believe. Yeah, because I've only read Done and Dusted. This is book 2 in the Done and Dusted series. Again, it's sort of like an interconnected series. This involves Ada and Western Rider, which I think is one of the brothers. But yeah, this is the Rebel Blue Ranch series, which I do want to get to because I think the 3rd one is one of the wrapped up books, which obviously I don't know when that's going to come out. And then the last one, which I'm very excited about, is The Right Move by Liz Tom Fordy. And this is book 2 in the Windy City series. This is about Ryan and Indy. Again, I read Mile High, the first book, absolutely ages ago. So, can't really remember the characters, but I bought the whole series off of Vinted because I was really wanted to get the physical copies, and yeah, this is definitely up there as priority. But I think we're going to go for Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage because it's only a little short one, and like I said, I do want to get to it because I know that book 3 is coming up. I think we're going to go for Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage to continue a series. So we've currently got 2 physical books and 1 Kindle book on the TBR. We're going to pick 1 more for this month to pick a physical or a Kindle book out. And then that will be our March TBR. Let's go for this one. It's a skinny one. Favourite author. Okay, let's see. Who could we have on there? We've got a few. We could go for Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young because Hannah Bonham Young is a favourite author. We could go for The Right Move by Liz Tom Fordy. Let's have a look on the Kindle again to see if there's anything on there as well. Okay, so I think we're going to go for Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. In my reading journal for this year, I put sort of authors to look out for and my favourite ones. But now looking back on them, they're ones that are like common in the booktube and the bookstagram world. So some of them are a bit like, I'm not sure actually why I put them down. I put them down because I've had some really good reads by them. But Hannah Bonham Young isn't actually one that's on there. But I've read 3 books by her and they've all been 4 and above stars. So, and this would finish also a duology. So I'm thinking that we'll get this on there. This has been on my TBR for absolutely ages as well. So I think it's time that I jump back into a Hannah Bonham Young and sort of get in her world. The other ones would be, again, Liz Tomfall, but I've only read 1 from her. I've just read an Ashley Poston, which was a 5-star, as always. One of probably my favourite author. Who else did I have on here? Laurie Gilmore, but I've read 2 from her. They've been fairly good. Abby Jimenez, I have got an Abby Jimenez on my Kindle. But I've only read 1 from Abby Jimenez, Elsie Silver, and we've got a Lila Sage on there. So I think we're going to go for this one. This is what I'm leaning towards. I'm intrigued by this one and to get back into the writing style that is Hannah Bonham Young. So I think this one is going to go on there for a favourite author. Okay, that is going to bring our March TBR to a close. We've got Throttled by Lauren Asher for our wrapped up book, Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage for continuous series, Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young for favourite author, and we've got Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen for Treat Yourself on the Kindle. So solid March TBR. Excited to read all of these and see if we get to any others for my birthday month and pick which one we're gonna get started on. So that is going to bring us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what is on your TBR for this month. Let me know what you're currently reading. I've actually started Our Infinite Fates on my Kindle and I've read 10% of that so far in bed this morning and did really enjoy it. So yeah, 4 successful physical books ticked off my TBR for February. I'm going to go and get my nails done now, so hopefully these are going to be very nice for my birthday month. And yeah, hope you're all enjoying the sunshine and getting ready for those spring days, because the lighter mornings, the lighter evenings are coming, the sunshine is coming. It's going to be another very good month. So thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. I hope you have enjoyed it and I will see you again real soon.